Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Luz, and today I'll be sharing with you a simple and delicious coconut salmon recipe. We are first going to start by seasoning our salmon with kosher salt, and freshly ground pepper. We are also going to be using all-purpose seasoning and dried oregano. I already julienned my bell pepper and the onion, so my oil right now is heating up. I, just add about 1 tablespoon of oil. It could be olive oil, it could be canola oil, vegetable oil, avocado oil, whichever oil you want to use, that's okay. I'm just heating it up, and I'm going to cook my salmon skin side first. So you always want to put the skin, well, in this case you do want to, if you like the skin, you can also remove the skin. Eventually I'll show you guys how to do that with fish, but I'm going to cook the skin side first, and then once it's seared and it's cooked, not fully cooked, because I also want the salmon to cook in the sauce. So I'm gonna cook, like I said, the skin side first, and then I'll flip it, make sure it's well seared, and then I'll just remove it from the pan, and I'll show you guys how to make the sauce, okay? So as I was saying, you wanna hear that sizzling, that's making sure that it's well cooked on the skin side first. Do not touch it. You wanna leave it there for a couple of minutes, because if you try to flip it right away, the skin will come off, it will stick to the pan. So just make sure that whenever you're doing that, be careful not to move. Okay, so now that I have cooked both sides, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on top of my resting rack. Okay, and it's not fully cooked, right? Because we're gonna let it finish cooking. Cook in the sauce, okay? So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and add my onion, okay? Bell peppers as well. I'm gonna let it cook. Garlic. That's the last thing I'm adding, because I don't want it to burn right away. I don't want it to burn at all. And I'm going to lower my heat. You want to make sure the garlic, the onions, the bell peppers get soft. Kosher salt to this, some freshly ground pepper, as much as you want, and you're going to stir. What I'm going to do, I am going to go ahead and add the coconut milk. Some coconut milk may have a weird consistency, but that's okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and put my heat on medium high. Okay, so what do you want to do? Since I want my salmon to finish cooking in the sauce, I'm just gonna go ahead and incorporate the salmon back in the pan. Okay, so I'm gonna take each one of these salmons, fillets, right, and I'm gonna put it back in the sauce because I want it to finish cooking there. Obviously, you can taste the seasoning just to make sure that it's perfectly cooked, but I don't want to add too much salt to the sauce since, right, the salmon is already seasoned. So, my salmon is cooking. I am going to let this reduce by half, and that's how I know it's ready. One thing to keep in mind is that if you're seasoning the salmon, obviously, like I just did, like I added salt, pepper, or all-purpose seasoning, and dry oregano, you want to keep an eye on the sauce. You don't want to make it, you don't want to over season it. Like you don't want to add too much salt to it because then it will be salty. obviously. So just be careful when you're seasoning the salt and the salmon. Always check for seasoning just to balance it out. If you know there's missing salt, you can add a little bit more. If it's, you know, you can always add more, but you cannot obviously remove the salt once you add it. So I like this to be runny. I don't like my sauce to dry out, obviously. So I let it reduce by half. This was 13 ounces of coconut milk. 13 fluid ounces of coconut milk. I let it reduce by half, as I said, and then you guys, it's almost ready. So I'll show you guys the final product. So it's just take a few minutes to cook this dish. As you guys can see, it's super simple. It's almost ready, and I want you guys to take a look on how it looks. This is how I like it. You can let it dry out a little bit more if you want to, but I like the sauce to be in this consistency, runny but still creamy at the same time. So I want you guys to take a look at this. So I'll just show you what it looks like, right? And this salmon is actually fully cooked right now, and this is, you know, how I like it. Like I said, it's still runny, it's not that dry. You can obviously let it dry a little bit more, but if you let it reduce by half, it should be perfectly fine, okay? And I don't know if you guys can notice, like, it's still runny and creamy at the same time, so it's perfect. This is the way I like it. Always check for seasoning, as I said, if you think that it's missing something. Our salmon is ready, and I'm just gonna go ahead and serve, so I can go ahead and try and, you know, taste and see how it came out. So we have the finished product. Here's our salmon. So I'm just gonna give it a taste and see how it came out. It is delicious. It came out so perfect. It's well cooked. The sauce, like I said, is creamy, still runny. I love the taste of the salmon and the coconut together, and the garlic. I can taste the garlic, the sweetness of the onion, and obviously the bell peppers. So I hope you make this recipe. I'm gonna give it another bite. So good, and I hope you guys enjoy this recipe and you try it at home. Super simple to make. A few ingredients. This can be served with white rice, mashed potatoes, roasted potatoes, anything you want. Delicious, simple, and easy to make. So thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, share this video with your friends and family, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.